The Bishoujo series reimagines characters from popular comic books, games, and movies from a Japanese perspective and transforms them into unique Bishoujo-style statues. Based on art by illustrator Shunya Yamashita, the series aims to provide figures inspired by Japanese art to fans throughout the world. Since the release of the first Bishoujo statue in 2009, the series has continued for 10 years and will continue for many more. Keep an eye out for more exciting additions to the ever-expanding Bishoujo world. This video series takes you behind the scenes to see the production process of the DARKSTALKERS Morrigan Bishoujo statue up close. In the last video, we showed you a rough draft of the artwork and previews of the digital sculpt. This third and final video of the series will talk all about the painting. To begin with, let's take a look at this fully painted Morrigan figure. The figure is painted with close attention to highlights and shadows that really brings out the beauty of a figure. The pink eyeshadow and long eyelashes add a gorgeous touch, followed by her gleaming long silky hair. The bat pattern on her tights are printed using a method similar to pressing stamps called tampography for mass production. Each bat in the pattern is carefully placed so that it does not get distorted and can be evenly printed every time. The base of the figure is designed after Morrigan's stage from the game. And last but not least, undoubtedly the highlight of the entire figure, the wings. We'll come back to these in detail later on. The Morrigan figure you're seeing now is called a Paint Master. This is the same sculpt you saw in the last video, but is now hand-painted by the painter. Factories will refer to this Paint Master to adjust the colors in the manufacturing process. Namoji is the painter of this figure. They work as a duo and have taken some photos while painting the figure, which will be shared along with a detailed explanation of the painting process. Can you guess what these tiny parts are for? The answer is the mouth. Parts that are already as small as the tip of your fingernails are taken apart and painted in even smaller pieces. Applying a shiny coat not only on the lips, but also on the tongue, creates a more realistic finish to the figure. Next, let's see how the gradations on the arms are made. They start off with an even layer of the base color, then go in with a darker shade on the elbows and wrists. The contrast in the colors create the illusion of the arm cover being stretched. Believe it or not, the fur is originally made with clear material and painted over the top. This lets light shine through the material and makes it look fluffy like real fur. Finally, let's see how the wings are painted. These are also originally made with clear material. First, they paint along the bones from the outer side of the wings with a dark purple to create a shadow effect. The yellow you see here is masking tape to prevent getting the paint on certain areas. A coat of the purple base color goes over that and is then covered in black. The bones on the inner side are painted black as well. Peel off the masking tape and see how the purple shows through. The wet texture of the wings is what gives off the strange and mysterious atmosphere. So that's how they made the wings look so different inside and out. We went on to ask Namoji a few questions about the process. What was your impression of the artwork when you saw it for the first time? I've wanted to paint Morrigan ever since I heard about her project, so I'm very happy to be a part of it. We've been fans of Shunya Yamashita's work since we were in school, and it's been a wonderful experience working with him through KOTOBUKIYA's Bishoujo series. So with every project, we're always thinking, we're going to make this so pretty as we paint. Can you tell us about some parts of the painting you were most careful with? There are blue gradations on the hair. Too much blue will change the color of the whole hair part, so we were careful to often take a step back and keep the colors balanced overall. We also colored her skin with darker shades so that they do not look pale with her black clothes. The tips of her nails are painted with a darker shade as well, with color and highlights on her fingertips. Which part do you like most about the figure? We really like her tights and fingernails. The tights showcase her body line very nicely, but painting shadows on the tights took some thought because of the bat pattern. Putting a shiny layer on her nails was a request from KOTOBUKIYA, and a small detail we quite enjoyed. What was the hardest part you had to deal with? We received a request to paint the wings from the outside, which is a method we'd never done before and made us nervous. We taped the inner side of the wings while they were still clear and painted from the outer side in the opposite order than usual. First the purple shadows, then the purple base color, and finally covered it all with black. We couldn't check what it looked like from the inner side until we took the tape off, but when we did, we saw that it had left a thick layer of clear material that reflected the light and looked amazing. Aside from that, when we paint a figure, we keep it assembled if it doesn't get in the way of the process. However, a different method used often to make sure shadows are properly painted is to paint some parts individually, assemble them together, and take them apart again to make adjustments. We did this over and over with the hair, tights, and fur for this figure. Thank you so much, namoji. We hope you enjoyed watching this 3-part video series following the production process of DARKSTALKERS Morrigan Bishoujo statue, each focusing on the artwork, sculpt, and painting process. Hopefully, you were able to feel the passion from each of the artists that worked on this figure. Now, the long-awaited DARKSTALKERS Morrigan Bishoujo statue is finally open for pre-orders. Most of KOTOBUKIYA's figures are manufactured based on the number of pre-orders. The pre-order deadline is November 2nd, 2021 for customers in Japan. If you wish to make a purchase from overseas, check with your local retailer listed on our website for pre-order schedules and place your order before it's too late. Products will be sold out as soon as pre-orders reach the manufacturing number, regardless of the release date. To conclude, the sculpt for Felicia, joining second from DARKSTALKERS, is finally finished. Visit KOTOBUKIYA's official SNS accounts listed below for further updates on Felicia and upcoming information on the third character. Stay tuned for more exciting news on the Bishoujo series.